everybody. Welcome back. So I am doing the August 31st Scraplift Crafternoon, and it is a page by Marie. And I absolutely am enamored by the idea of having little tags on the bottom of the page, but I wanted to do something different, and I wanted to show you what I came up with when I was looking through my paper. So I had the Spectrum Gardenia 12 by 12 collection kit, and on the back of it, it had all of these stripes of the different paper that came in the kit. And what I ended up doing is I thought to myself, wouldn't it be cool if I just cut those up and left it on this, but cut it almost like fringe and use that. So what I'm doing is using a piece of from the white solids from that collection. I'm probably going to back it in this Bella Boulevard striped paper, and I'm going to use strip this rainbow strip, also from one of the cover pages, this time from the page kit. And I have this really cool picture of John and I at the Love Wall in, I think this is Epcot in Disney World. And I'm going to turn the page vertical because I don't have a lot of horizontal pictures. And this is going to be my stripes coming out. And I will put you on fast forward and you'll see it come together. Thanks. Okay, well, let's put this together. So this page comes together super fast. I decided to cut these strips in sets based on their color. So basically, I'm creating different color sets of strips. Now that's important because what I'm going to do later on, but this way we have like the purples together, the blues together, the greens, etc., etc. So that kind of gives me like a set of different strips. And then I decide to um, go in and cut them at different lengths so that you can kind of recreate what she had there, which is a bunch of different strips at different lengths, and they're all kind of in different places. So I'm recreating that by cutting these and just kind of putting them at different lengths. Then when I put them down, the next thing I'm going to do is pop up a couple of them. I'm going to pop up not every other one, but every couple. It's random. And that way it gives a little bit of dimension to a few of them as well. And that adds just a little bit more motion. Obviously, hers having individual strips has a lot more motion than mine, but I think I'm still replicating the idea. And this is a great way because this is really packaging. This is a piece of the packaging, and I'm using that as kind of to replicate the piece. So I cut the rainbow border strip from the edge of the paper, and I'm going to use that as well. And now I'm trying to figure out what color I want to put behind the photo. And I go to my 6x8 pack of Spectrum Gardenia, and I just can't find anything I like. There is nothing in that collection that makes me happy. The green, it doesn't really match the green in the photo. And although that's a rainbow wall, the colors are it's just not popping. So I go back to my tried and true, and I just go over to my stash and I get a solid piece of black. And I'm going to just back it in black, and that makes it all come together. I wanted to do color, but I just couldn't make it work. But that's okay because every once in a while you have to do something a little different. So I end up putting that there. And basically you've seen now that I've recreated, her layout. If you flip it, to the side with just a couple pieces of paper. And now what I'm going to do is pull out the chipboard phrases that came with Spectrum Gardenia and try to just figure out what I want to put as a title and what I want to put on the page. And I've got magical there, which obviously because it's Magic Kingdom or it's Disney World, the most magical place on earth. I want to have magical on there, and we're going to have that. Now, for those of you that are Disney people or are not Disney people, you might not know that it's Disneyland is the happiest place on earth, and Disney World is the most magical place on earth. So a lot of people forget that, but I try to use the word magic or magical whenever I'm doing a Disney World layout, just to kind of keep that with it. And then I accidentally, because I dumped out these words, realized that I might be able to color match to the different stripes a word that fits the sentiment. So I ended up going through and finding 6 or 7 words that were the right color in this pack, and I used them all to put on the different colors. And I think I repeated either blue or pink because I had 2 words I liked, but it ended up being just, to me, the cutest way to just add a little something to the layout. And I love words. I think everybody who knows my layouts know I'm a big fan of using words on your layouts. I think that makes it fun. So this was a great way to use words on my layout. So I have the title of Smile. I have Magical. I have a little pink thing on top of the photo, and I don't remember what it says. And then I have With You, and I could have stopped here. And I know I say that, I feel like I say that almost on every video, but I could have stopped here. This is a great layout I would be happy to have in my page kit. But I have a bunch of stuff from Spectrum Gardenia, and I really need to go through it. So the first thing I'm going to do is one of the things that I just haven't used. Look at those butterflies. Spectrum Gardenia had butterflies in every color. Let's see if we can use some butterflies. And then I'm going to pull out 2 of the die cut pages or laser cuts and see. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to color match some butterflies. I'm going to figure out what's going on, see if I can color match them to where they are. I've got a green, I've got a pink, blue. We're just going to color match the moths and butterflies and make them work. And I think that will be fun to have on the page. So that's one of the things that I wanted to do, is just have those there. And really, this is, like I said, I have so many butterflies, just so many, that I just want to get them used. I'm tired of having them just sit there all the time and not actually be on my pages. So instead, I am putting these on the page, and it was so exciting just to see them get used and not just sit there. So I was looking for a little bit smaller purple and a smaller red, so I switched those out. And here's all these butterflies. So I've done that, used all of those up, trying to figure out if there's a place for those, decide not. And now I'm going to go through and figure out what else I have. So I have some buttons, I have some tags, I have some few other things on these laser cuts, and that's just what I'm going through and just picking them out and figuring out where I can put them. And I have a little bow. I forgot I put that bow on the page. Buttons in different colors. And basically her page is ephemera heavy. So it is one of the things I will say. Her page is ephemera heavy. So I wanted to echo that on my page and have a little bit more ephemera. I did find this black kind of ribbon edging that was in that collection, and I added that there. That doesn't really match her page, but I thought it did give a little graphic to what I've got going on. I did have this tag in the upper right of my photo, and I just didn't like it there. Instead, I wanted it to go back there with the ribbon. I thought it added a little bit more. So I'm just going to put some of the buttons there. And I believe that is my final page. So I'll come back in real time and talk to you about it. Thanks, everyone. This is what I came up with. Hopefully you're enjoying that. I ended up not needing to back it. I don't think I need to. Added a lot of bits and pieces from the Spectrum Gardenia collection. Really like how I added these words. That's a lot of fun. And hopefully you can see the inspiration from Mary's or Marie, not sure which one, Scraplift. So thanks, everybody. I'll see you next week when we scraplift someone else. Thanks, everyone.